As long as the three wheels are narrating this dream, there's no limit to what we all can achieve. Welcome to the Three Wheels of Wrestling podcast. Willie Tiny with a thrill, and Adelaide fully recapping the aftermath. To the mic, to the ropes, to the mat. No regrets from this shadow zone. There's no match for this podcast. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get it on. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get it on. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get it on. Let's get ready to fight. This is a war machine. Through sweat and tears we chase the unseen. Harness the rage in this gritty scene. Your fists are your words, your actions keen. Rips the thunder, hearts ablaze with fear. Breaking the chains that brought us here. Podcast warrior, show we're alive. Three wheels cutting through legends to rise. Stand tall as the world trembles. Unlock the dreams that no one can dissemble.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Wheels of Wrestling Podcast. Yes, another wrestling podcast. I am Willie Tiny, and my hosts today are Will the Thrill, and maybe we'll see L.A. Willie. Anyway, our host, our guest tonight is the fearless warrior himself, Kamikaze. Kamikaze, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm good. So tell the world exactly who is Kamikaze.
Kamikaze is somebody who was a nobody, put his life on the line, became a somebody, and changed deathmatch. Just did my own thing, and now here I am getting shown all this love and support. Apparently, I changed the game, and that's what it's all about.
You sure did. As we go through, I'm going to put up some images. So go ahead, Will.
So how long have you been wrestling?
Oh, God. I think I joined P.O.R. when I was like 19, 20, 21 at the latest, so about 6-7 years.
Okay.
That's great.
Now, not only are you a wrestler, you've also been a stuntman. What other stunts have you done, and will you continue to do stunts?
I've done a handful of stunts. The first stunt I ever did, it was at a GCW show, Jimmy Lloyd's Fuckfest. And at first, I wasn't really a stuntman. I had never done any of them. And we needed more people to chime in. So the first stunt I did, we had a competition, whoever could staple the worst part of their body. And I ended up putting 7 staples into my nuts.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that was the first stunt I did. Done a handful of others. I've jumped off the roof of a house onto the barbed wire trampoline. I've set myself on fire while riding on top of a car. It's been some pretty insane stunts that I've done. None that I would necessarily like to do again. But as far as my future in stunts, I'm probably retiring from that as well. Much as I hate to say it, but it's what's best for my body at the moment.
That's understandable. So,
yeah, indeed, dude.
What exactly happened at the gathering of the Juggalos this past year?
So I didn't do our first stunt show. They were doing a nut shot competition, and I did not want to have any part in that. But our second stunt show, we strapped 5,000 firecrackers to my body. And then pretty much I just lit myself up. They all exploded. I disappeared in the smoke. I got taken to the med center right after. I had to have a few breathing treatments done, but then I was right back out there doing the same thing.
Now I got a video for it. What exactly happened. Oh, before we play this and we go any farther, L.A. Willie, nice you joined us. L.A.?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
All right, can you do me a favor here?
Warning. Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Thank you for that. And the Video
Go
is
ahead,
right.
Willie Tiny.
All right, how insane was that?
Very.
Wow.
That's
And-
super slow, mo.
That was super
Yeah.
slow mo. Any comments on that, or you want to?
I just remember like as it was happening, like I mean I've done like fireworks and stuff like that before, but like having them strapped to me, especially that many. I think that was probably the second time I did it. The first time was with Shane Mercer, but it was just like one little strap around me. And I remember like in my head it seemed like it lasted so long. And I just remember like I disappeared in the smoke. I was trying to look out to see where everyone was. I couldn't see a thing. I'm just laying there in fetal position on the ground waiting for it to be over. And when it finally was over, it finally like hit me like I can't breathe, guys. But yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite moments.
That's pretty cool. At XPW, X Brand Wrestling Glitch in the Matrix, you were in a four-way with for the Chris Cash Memorial. You were victorious. What was it like working with Jimmy Controversy, Kevin Chaos, and Roman 5-0?
So Kevin, he's my boy. There's not a bad thing I can say about him, whether he's a babyface or a heel. That's my guy. Everything he does is flawless. I would choose to wrestle him every single match. Roman 5-0, that's one of my boys. I've known him the longest. He was actually one of my brother's friends when I was just a little kid. And, you know, when I first joined, he, as far as P.O.R. goes, he wasn't really active. He left for a little bit. When he came back, he had his mind in the right place. He improved so much, and now he's become this big name star, and not just P.O.R. but X Brand and everywhere else he's going. So I'm extremely proud of him. Jimmy Controversy, that's just Jimmy. We don't care about him. Jimmy's a good guy. He'll do anything for anybody, man. I mean, I just remember when I would go watch some XPW shows, he was the go-to guy. If any wrestler needed a ride, he was the first one to go get them. They just wanted food, drinks. He went out of his way to go get them. Always make sure that everybody's happy. He knows how to work. Just all around great guy.
Very cool. I have a
Very
video
cool.
here for you.
What's up, Three Wheels Wrestling Podcast? Sergeant Jimmy Controversy, and I just want to take this time to show my appreciation to the Kamikaze Kid, aka Kamikaze, one tough SOB, always went balls to the wall every time he stepped in that ring and never disappointed. Kamikaze, wrestling's always going to be here. You'll always have a place in the world of professional wrestling. And I just want you to know that you have the Sarge's support.
That's not very heel-like of him, but
No,
I
it's not.
appreciate that.
Right.
LA. Number 6. LA, you frozen? You with us? All right.
There
there
you
you
go.
go. No, number
Yeah.
6, LA.
Yeah. Thoughts on Kevin Chaos?
Any more thoughts?
Any more thoughts on that?
Oh man, just like I said, he's an all-around great guy. One of my best friends. He's making a name for himself now as well. I'm so happy for him. I mean, he's another one. He has the same mindset as me. He'll do anything in that ring. He'll put his life on the line, and he's going to go places for sure. There's no doubt about that. And Kevin, if you are watching, I hope your foot is getting better. I hope to see you back in that ring here soon.
Awesome.
All right.
Hold on.
Hey, this is the one and only Kevin Chaos wanting to give you, Kamikaze, a congratulations on your retirement. And just wanting to say thank you for everything you've done for me and my career, working with me, training with me since day one, believing in me, everything you've taught me, helping me become the motherfucking chaos that's taken over P.O.R. and ultraviolent wrestling. None of it would have happened without you, Kamikaze. You're one of the most sincere and genuine people I've ever known, and it's a shame you're retiring before we got one more match together, cause I'm gonna miss whooping that ass, boy. But love you, Kamikaze. Thank you again. Congratulations, brother.
Hell yeah. Much love, Kevin. Much love.
Go ahead, Will the Thrill.
All right. Your thoughts, Kamikaze Kid, on working with R1W.
It was great. I loved every minute of it. I think that was the first like regular match I'd had in like 3, maybe 4 years. So it was definitely different. I got to meet Cash Out beforehand. Young kid, he was just returning from I believe it was a nose injury, and I saw him, similar size of me, but in a lot better shape than me. So I was worried people were telling me like he's going to gas you out. And I was like, oh well, that's nice to know ahead of time. When we got in there, it seemed like we had wrestled each other multiple times. The chemistry was on point. He's another wrestler to definitely keep an eye out for. He's gonna make it big. I can tell you that. Like I said, I was worried because it was my first regular match in years, but he was very easy to work with. He helped me through a lot of it, and a lot of people were surprised. I mean, I was even surprised because a lot of deathmatch wrestlers, from what I see on social media, they get told like you can't wrestle. That's why you do death matches. You just use weapons, and that's all you got. But a lot of the great deathmatch wrestlers, they're some of the best wrestlers that's ever been in the business. You had Mick Foley, Terry Funk, to name a couple of them. Not only were they insane individuals, but they could wrestle and they would gas you out before people that had been wrestling just strictly regular matches could. Like, they can definitely put in the work where a lot of people don't can. But Cash Out, I'm not sure if you're watching this, but if you are, thank you. I wish I could have got another match down there, especially with him, but unfortunately, things just aren't working out that way.
It's understandable. At X Brand Wrestling House Party, you had a match with Anthrax and you accidentally took a firecracker to the eye. What was going through your mind when that happened?
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry. Before you answer this question, Biggie Sanchez from R1W, he sends his best regards and wish you a happy retirement.
thank you, Biggie. Much love to you, brother.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
All right, with the anthrax
Yeah,
firecracker
so
guy.
I mean, I had been shot with Roman candles multiple times. And when you're doing a stunt, you're just trying to make it look as brutal as possible because it makes the crowd cringe. But with that, I was mostly focused on protecting my face. And then, like, after a few shots, I'm like, oh crap, I'm a wrestler, not a stuntman. I got to sell these firecrackers. So then I move my arm down just for a split second to protect my body. And next thing I know, they start hitting me in the face. So I'm just moving back and forth. And if you watch that clip back, like you can see the firecracker bounce off my body and land perfectly in front of my face and then explode. So that was a freak accident. I don't blame Anthrax for that at all. He felt pretty bad after the match, but I told him like that's a part of this business. Whether it's a death match, regular match, whatever. I'm sort of like JJ in this situation. I like to incorporate the stunts into my wrestling style, and usually I want to be the one that's getting messed up. And so I didn't blame him, and I still never got vision back in that eye.
Oof, that's
Crazy.
rough. It's all part of the business. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, how was your time with X Brand Wrestling in a whole?
Oh man, it was amazing. I just remember my first show. I forget where was that. It might have been down in Richmond. I wrestled Jimmy,
Hmm.
and it was a small little ring. There was only 3 sides that were ropes. The 4th side was the wall to the garage, and we put on a banger of a match. And Justin, he's super nice guy, very genuine. He'll help you out wherever you need it. Shout out to Justin. Definitely one of my favorite bookers. Just all around great guys. Then with all the wrestlers that are associated with X Brand, like it's in that locker room, it's like a family. It doesn't matter if it's your first time meeting them or your 100th time. Everyone's so genuine. It's like a giant cookout. And I still plan on going to as many shows as I can to support the family.
That's what's important.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We all appreciate you being a part of X Brand. That's not a close trip for you. That's very far. That's a couple-hour trip for you.
Yeah, it's about 4.5 hours.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. Because someone who also lived in Virginia, I can definitely see the dedication and everything that you had.
Thank you.
I have another video for you.
So the Three Wheels of Wrestling podcast have asked us to do a special message for Kamikaze on his retirement. Kamikaze, so many memories in a 1-year time span. You debuted for us at X Brand's Silent Night in Virginia. Since then, you've been with us at the H2O Center, at the Shelter. At our debut at the Shelter, you have countless amount of historic matches with us. The first Chris Cash Memorial winner. So many memories, man. Thank you for everything.
Kamikaze, please take care of yourself, heal up, rest up, and if you ever come out of retirement, you always have a home at X Brand Wrestling.
That's right, Kamikaze. Thank you for everything you've done for us, and we will see you soon.
They're very special.
Yes, him and Kelly both great people.
Yes, they are. Well,
Yeah.
you got a spot anytime you want to come back.
That's right.
I already told Justin,
Right.
like, if I ever do decide to come back, he's going to be one of the first people I call.
And if you do, what type of match would you want to have if you came out of retirement?
Oh, man, I want to have an Onita style exploding barbed wire death match with Alex Stretch.
Yeah, I would love that.
All right. Your last match this past Friday at X Brand Bloodlust with Roman 5-0. Your thoughts on that match?
Oh man, it's always so great to get into a match with Roman. Like I said earlier, one of my best buds, and we had so much crazy stuff planned. I mean, I've done like outdoor shows and ring shows, but never one with a half pipe. I can't say that. But that was a really cool environment. The crowd ate it up. A lot of great people came out to that. Um, for those of you who don't know, I did sort of get injured in that match. I'm not exactly sure when in the match it happened, but I did scare myself. I remember I was just sitting in the back and crying, and I had no idea what had happened. And the only thing I could really remember was I had just made like half of my entrance. The last thing I remember, I went out, a fan offered me a beer, I took a couple sips, turned around to taunt some more, and then a fan offered me to buy their hot dog, and I'm like, sure, I'm not going to turn down free food. After I took that bite, that was the last thing I remembered. There was a lot of things going through my head. I was trying to figure out what exactly happened. But I went home, got some rest. The following day, I went and got checked out. Turns out I just suffered a pretty bad concussion, which I'm thankful it was just that, nothing major. And I'm glad that I didn't hurt Roman at all throughout the match. That was my main concern. I mean, it's one thing if I hurt myself, but the last thing I want to do is hurt somebody else, especially my boy, But looking back to the clips that I've seen, we absolutely had a banger. I want to point him out more for me because I'm always my biggest critic. I always criticize everything I do, but Roman absolutely killed it. I said earlier, he's improved so much, and he's definitely one of my favorites to work against.
See, shout out to Veronica Kane. She's in the house.
Oh, hell
She
yeah,
is
she's hardcore.
All right. With that, I got another video.
Yo, it's Roman 50 here. I just wanted to make a little video for my homie Kamikaze. I seen here recently you decided to make the decision to retire. So I want to let you know that I love you, man, and I'm proud of you for everything you accomplished. Not a lot of people know this, but I've known you probably since you were 10 years old. It's been an honor to know you, man. It's been pretty cool to see you grow up and become the wrestler that you are. It's been an honor to know you. It's been an honor to have your last match with you. And I just want to let you know, anytime if you feel like coming back, I want my rematch because you whipped my ass in that last match. Proud of you, buddy.
Oh, man, y'all are making me emotional with all these videos, man.
Man, they're making it hard for you to say goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, man.
How does that make you feel when you see these videos and the people like thanking you for your time, your advices, your experience, like in the ring? Like I know it's still like fresh in your mind, like the decision for retirement, but like how is this moment feeling for you?
Man, I mean, like, throughout my career, I didn't really care about the fame or anything like that. I just cared about, going out, doing what I love to do, putting smiles on people's faces. And, I didn't realize how big of a fan base I had. I knew there's people that supported me, but not necessarily as fans, just supporters of the deathmatch community. But then when I made that post, there's some people that reached out to me that, I had no idea who they were. I would just I'd check their profile to see, like, do I actually know this person? And I would just remember I saw them at one show, and that was it. And just the support that I got, people saying, as much as they're going to miss me wrestling, they're glad that I'm doing what's best for me. And, it sucks because I want to continue going out there and giving these people the shows that they want. I want to continue to go out there and just put on a great show. Because, wrestling is an escape for me, but just given the circumstances of what has happened in this last year or two, I have to step away or else, like, I might not be able to do this ever again or even walk. But just seeing all the love and support, it's definitely been overwhelming, but in a good way. I've actually made numerous amounts of new friends that just started off as fans. So, being able to make these new friends and, be able to have new people that I can talk to and still be able to have shown me love and support, whether I'm in the ring or out of it. It means the world to me.
Nice.
Um, at your time at P.O.R. Wrestling, your thoughts and your time spent there?
Oh man, I'll never forget. So I started P.O.R. I was in a pretty dark place at the time, and I didn't really know where to go. I didn't really have anybody to talk to. I mean, growing up, I was the outcast. I got bullied, almost beat up every single day. And I thought I had friends at the time, but then they turned their back on me. So I was pretty much by myself. I mean, I had my family, but they're not necessarily people I can go to about certain emotional things. Um, but I just remember I was sitting in my room. I was watching P.O.R. stunts on YouTube. And then just in the suggested area, it showed P.O.R. wrestling. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I clicked on the video. I started watching through the first season. And I was like, well, hell yeah, I want to do this. I loved wrestling since I was a kid. I remember me and my brother would wrestle just on the ground or on a trampoline, whatever. And so I added JJ on Facebook, reached out to him, seeing if I could come down, wrestle with him. He said, yeah, come on down. He sent Chew the Mangler to come pick me up. And God, I'll never forget that. It was scary, but so hilarious. I mean, I didn't know who he was. And he lets me know that he's there. I go walking out. He's standing outside of his little truck that he had at the time. And I walk up to him with my hand extended, like, "How you doing, man?" And he's just like, "How you doing? I'm Chewy the Mangler." And as soon as he grips my hand, I swear I thought he was going to break my hand. He gripped my hand so hard. I'm like, oh, I can't show any weakness. So I was just trying to squeeze as hard as I could back, and I just was not getting anywhere. But we're going down the road, and he's just like, "You're a pretty small fella." Like, yeah, you're not a hairy one either. Like, well, no, I don't have that massive beard like you have. And he just reaches in this bag that was on the ground and pulls out this big jar of homemade strawberry moonshine and gives it to me. Just says, "Drink this and put some hair on your chest." Like, I mean, I'm not going to turn it down. So I took a big old swig, and he was like, "Dude, how'd you not flinch or make a face?" Like, dude, do you not realize like we live in this area of Virginia? Like, homemade moonshine is like our national drink. Like,
Yes, it is.
it's like an everyday drink for every family around here. And he gets to the ring. The first person to come up to me was Sinister, and I knew I'd recognized him, but couldn't quite place him. He was also a friend of my brother's, which a lot of these guys were. Um, just from day one, they treat me like a brother, which I'm so thankful for. Like after the first practice, I realized like they're my people. And I mean, I knew some wrestling just from what I did in the backyard, but they show me stuff that I had no idea. Like I didn't really know anything about where to place my hands or how to bump properly and nothing, and they helped me improve. So in a way, like I wouldn't be here with this wrestling career if it wouldn't have been for every single person in P.O.R., whether they're still a part of us or not. Like I can't thank them enough. Like JJ, he's been, I would say he's a brother, but he at this point he's almost like a father figure. As funny as that sounds, because like he's always like, "Oh, come on, do this crazy thing," but then as soon as I come up with a crazy thing, he's like, "Oh, I can't have you do that, man. I don't want to see you get hurt." It's like, dude, you put a nail gun to your nuts, and you're telling me to be careful when I just want to do like a little fire spot. Like he set his nuts on fire. I forget which show that was, but like he had third degree burns from his crotch down, and he's here telling me like, "Be careful." And it's like, dude, this is what POR is all about. Like, it was an escape for me. I was an adrenaline junkie, and he really gave me the platform to build myself up. Really helped me realize like um, I had a family outside of my actual family, had a place that I felt like I belonged. I was able to do what I love doing, which is making other people smile. And yeah, I just don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for POR.
Very nice. I did reach out to JJ as he is so busy. He couldn't come through, but he's a busy man and he
He
says
is.
he sends his best regards and a happy retirement. He'll talk to you when he sees you.
Oh yeah.
Right, okay.
All
Well,
right. We asked all our guests this question, my friend. So I got to hear what the Kamikaze Kid's going to say on this one. Past, present, future, alive or dead, rest in peace. Your dream matchup, dream opponent, dream scenario, dream match. Who, where, and who's getting over?
Oh, that's a tough one. Um, God, there's so many wrestlers I'd love to be in the ring with, but if I had to pick one, it'd be the guy that I associate with the most, and that'd be Spike Dudley, all day, every day.
Spike. That's
pretty
one.
cool.
Yes, sir.
The-
Where's the event happening at?
Japan.
Japan.
What type of
Yeah.
match?
Just oh God. It would have to be a tables match. It would have to be. And just seeing how many table spots he had in his career that like made his whole career just iconic, it would have to be tables.
Who's going over?
I'll have to let Spike go over, man. I have to let him go over.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You have any plugs or upcoming bookings?
I do not. I did have a few booked, but I reached out to him, let him know like everything that was going on. There was some great stuff that was going to be happening. I'm not exactly sure who I was supposed to wrestle. I've just been told that like there's good things coming, but I just don't want to take that chance. And like I said, like I don't care if I hurt myself, but I don't want to take a chance on something happening to where I possibly hurt my opponent.
Gotcha. It's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I got another comment from the viewers. Danny in April says X Brown is not X Brand without Kamikaze. You will be missed.
I appreciate that. I'll still show up when I can. Support all the boys and girls.
Do you have T-shirts?
Yes, I actually just got my first T-shirt released. It is on bonfire.com/swamp scum x kamikaze. My boy Nikki Lee, who is also a wrestler, he's been on a few P.O.R. shows. He designed everything for me, so y'all should definitely go check that out. There is a second design coming soon.
Either send me the link or you put the link on the Facebook comments of this podcast. Just don't put it on YouTube because links get deleted on YouTube. I don't know why, but they do.
I got you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any more final questions?
I have one question. What is day one of retirement gonna look like?
Oh,
That was Saturday, right?
yeah, would have been Saturday.
Oh,
It
how was
was
that at first?
it was miserable, so miserable. It's like I mean, we drove straight home from Jersey, so probably didn't get to my house until like 5:30 in the morning, and I went to go to bed, and I just had so many thoughts running through my head. I could barely sleep. I woke up, I think like after 4 hours of tossing and turning, and I told my family that I was retiring, and they didn't even believe me at first until I went into detail, and then told them about the match, and I showed them the big ass lump that on the back of my head. Like I had like a whole like tennis ball in the back of my head from where I guess my head hit during that match. And they're sad to see that I'm retiring, but they are thankful that for once I'm actually trying to take care of my body.
Right.
But since then, it has gotten a lot easier seeing all the support from everybody. So that's definitely easing the stress some. But I know I won't fully get over it until I still make it out to shows just so I can have that crowd interaction. I can hang out with my brothers, my sisters, which hopefully will be here soon.
Yeah. And you think it's gonna be hard, like watching the show and not being part of the show?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, even before I got to this point in my career, like when I was just starting off in P.O.R, just wrestling here and there for these like 20 people crowd, and just watching wrestling on TV, I'm like, damn, I want to be in the ring right now. But I'm still trying to, have some part in wrestling. I'm going to look into possibly being a manager, or being part of the booking team, or just something to stay involved as much as possible.
Right.
So, Will to Thrill, any more questions?
No, that's actually what I was going to ask him. He actually answered the question in the middle of that, if he thought of managing. So, go ahead, Willie Tiny.
Anything else from the viewers?
Yes, I have two here. One from Joe Hale says, "How was it working Renegade Rebel?"
Oh, fantastic. It's a funny story. When I first met him, I didn't know his real name. I just knew him as Renegade Rebel. And when I found out his real name, it turns out him and I are actually long distance cousins.
Wow,
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, that like shocked me and him because we had no idea we'd be talking about our family. And as soon as we started doing that, he was like, "Well, how do you know them?" And then the same thing, I'd ask him, "How do you know them?" And ever since then, it was instant brotherhood because here's another one. He started around the same time that I did in P.O.R. And of course, we're both upcomers. No one really knows us. Of course, it was easier for him to get over because he was a massive heel when he joined. So just going out there cussing everybody out, everyone like, who the hell's this guy? Like he's too short to be talking that shit. It was kind of funny hearing the trash talk back to him, but he loved every second of it. Um, I hate that he had to retire as well. He had a really good career. I definitely saw him having an extended career, doing great things, but his reasonings are completely understandable. But he's definitely going to be missed in the P.O.R ring.
Right. All right, I got one more here from She's Hardcore. It says, "Can we talk about your inappropriate sense of humor? You caught me off guard at the last house party."
Oh God, I don't even remember, to be honest with you. I mean, I know I talked to her after the show. I think that was like the first time I had talked to her that whole show. And like, yeah, I mean, I was so loopy. I don't even know what I said. That's where Roman came up was like,
It
"Hey,
could have
buddy,
been
it's time to
a
go."
bunch of things you could have said, not even remember it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's all good.
All right. Any more? Any more?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
All right. Let's get ready to take this home.
Hold
There-
on, hold on. The
Go ahead.
mask.
There
I
you
gotta
go.
ask about the mask because from the time I first started commentating for X Brand Wrestling, I fell in love with your music and your mask. Where did you get that mask, or is it customized for you? Was it custom
Um,
made?
yeah, the first mask I had, it didn't have like the extra spikes and it didn't have like the wire dreads on it. Um, that one I just wanted to get rid of. I wanted to get something different. I was trying to go for more of like a Predator look, which is why and a lot of graphics leading up to my retirement were like Predator based. I just saw like it looks so much sicker coming out with that. Like if I ever change my gimmick up to be more of a heel or just mentally insane, whatever, the dreadlocks could definitely help make that look a lot better. And plus, like I've always loved dreadlocks. I wish I could grow some, but um, I just always thought the look was sicker, and it wasn't exactly custom made. It was already a mask. I just messaged the maker to see if I could add a couple extra things, which ended up costing me a fortune, but it was definitely well worth it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, man, that mask is sick. That mask is sick. But I do want to say, as a commentator, I kind of always compared you on air, so I might even get in trouble for half of it. but I always compared you to Sabu. I always said he capitalizes on the word kamikaze. This kid. So without even like, it was after your first match that I saw. So I'm just speaking from the heart here to you, okay? And you became one of my favorites because I said you were homicidal, just insane, putting your body on the line for these fans, and it pays. It pays your work, dude. You put your body on the line for entertaining these fans, and by all means, seeing the love from everybody and from the comments. You see the smiles from us. You saw my reaction, dude, and yeah, I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm trying to be professional. But dude, you really, and you saying Spike Dudley, I knew there was someone I could have compared you to, and that was a perfect match that I could have even seen y'all blow the roof off. It could have even been a series match in each match, dude. Every match you had is a banger indeed. You get the crowd off their feet. You get the chants going, the holy shit chants. I mean, we would be. I'm glad we're uncensored because your matches deserve it, dude. You put your body on the line, and from the three wheels of wrestling, dude, we thank you.
We
Well,
thank you.
thank you guys.
We thank you. And now we know what you were talking about that day. She
Oh.
says you were talking about ducking.
Whatever, man. Come on. Don't do me like that.
Thank you. She's hardcore.
She is hardcore. Ducking and dodging.
Popping weed.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
At least
you.
he doesn't remember it.
I mean, for all we know, she could actually be talking about I was talking about eating an actual eggplant, not in. Maybe this is her inappropriate sense of humor, not mine.
You
All right.
ready to take this home?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We got this video made by Justin Valencia, owner of X Brand. That's how we're going to go out.
Yes.
Oh God.
Thank you, Kamikaze,
Thank you.
Thank
for a
you guys.
wonderful career.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
But
all.
of course,
Means
in the
a lot.
world of wrestling, when the man says it, but that itch will sometime come back once he's healed up. He might get that itch because in the world of wrestling, you never say never.
Very true. Very true.
Correct. All right. Thank you all for joining us. This was our very special episode of Kamikaze Retirement. It's our 40th episode. Thank you all. Thank you, Kamikaze.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you indeed.